everyone, welcome to another Transformers review. This is the War for Cybertron Kingdom Warpath from the Deluxe Wave, first Deluxe Wave 1. He is WC-K6. So he's a little red tank there. And he comes in, of course, in this box where, you know, got Transformers and Kingdom and Warpath and Cybertronian, Takara Tomy and Hasbro and Ages 8+. And right there you can see the wraparound art. You know, both tank and robot mode there. Real nice looking. More Cybertronian down there. You know, going kapow and all that stuff. Oops, you got Autobot symbol and stuff up here. And on the little flap thing too. Or not the flap, the hook thing. And this side you got the line wide artwork, which, yep, that's a thing that still exists. Same as always. Well, same as is in this entire line. You got a bunch of warnings, copyrights down here. Back here you of course have the two modes and more warnings and whatnot in the back. Thank goodness I don't have to open these all the time anymore like I did with Earthrise. Of course, you got the instructions, which, yep, once again, major green colors and pretty simple and easy to understand instructions. And, of course, you have the card, which this one is Black Arachnia, which didn't come with Black Arachnia. And, of course, on the back as well, you have the golden disc. It's the same for all of them, the golden disc. And, once again, sticker. And this is a shiny, real shiny sticker. The sticker, what behind it is a future thing, or whatever, and this shows Black Arachnia, except kind of a pseudo Transmetal 2 version, I believe, although just kind of recolored artwork, if anything. So there you go. Just gonna stick that back on because I don't want to deal with stickers right now. So, Warpath. He is a little red and white tank. Well, as he should be. You can see that, yes, he is a little tank guy. You know, kind of on the small side. Little white treads. He's got little wheels down here. He actually folds up real nicely, too. You see multiple shades of red here, too. Autobot symbol right there. And yes, his turret can do a full 360. And it can also look up and down. About that much range. So, yeah, it's a... You know, so he rolls and everything. Yeah, so he's a nice little red tank, you know, just, you know, very similar to his old G1 self in many ways. He's got a little peg here for, you know, pegs here for blast effects and whatnot from the previous lines. Yeah, unlike the previous two reviews of the Beast Wars, I actually do have a mainline version of this guy. Remember Generations Warpath? Yeah. They're actually roughly the same size in this mode. He's a little bit wider. You can see that he's a little wider there, but yeah, they're actually roughly the same size, somewhat different shades of red, but yeah, they're kind of pretty similar in size in this regard, in this size in this mode anyway. He's got a longer barrel here, but they, you know, same features. Although he's got these extra things. He had a firing missile, which I lost when he fired off when I was transforming it, and that was that really. But yeah, you can see. You know, very different thing. This is more of a traditional tank. This is an H tank, which, yeah. So, yep. Also, I'm noticing this light. This lighting is really showing off the difference in the reds. I'm not sure how well you can see that here in the camera, but in my naked eye, these reds, the difference in reds here is really showing up really well in these studio lights, which doesn't show up so much in normal lighting. So there you go. Just be aware of that. That these reds may match better in normal lighting and not this kind of lighting. Yeah, that's I guess comparison. So let me go ahead and transform this guy. And do so. First thing you do right here. This thing has to come off. Right here, this plate. Which, you know, that's going to upset people because, you know, parts are coming off. And, well, put that off to the side. Now, then from what's there to do is you want to take these pieces and split them apart like this. Kind of angle them outward. And also untab this part from the back right here. And angle that outward a bit. And this lets you move these out and out of the way. Then from there, what you want to do is go ahead and fold this thing, untab it and fold it down like that. Then you want to take this part right here. This folds up. It's kind of that tabs in. And then that lets you move this up right here at this point right there. You move that. Then you spin this whole thing around, including this. You spin this all around into that. Like so. Make sure this rotate like this. And take this back part right here, and there's a little slot right here, which goes over this little tab right there. just do that. It becomes a nice little heel, and there we go. It also thins out, narrows down the foot a bit, and there you go. That's one leg done. Do the same thing on this side. You take this, untab it, move it down. Then take this and move this up and tab this in. Move this part up when untabbing it. Rotate this whole thing, assembly around right here. That becomes the lower leg. And then take this part and tab it over like that. And there you go. You got the lower half done. And what you want to do back here, of course, then is take this, open that up. Rotate this around right here. That reveals the head. Push that in. Close this up like so. Make sure it's fully closed. That, and back here what you want to do is take this piece and push that in. This can be a little difficult going from robot to tank, is a little bit this whole assembly right here. You push this through right there. So yeah, just kind of have to get underneath and push this up and through, and that's a little challenging. Yeah, you just got to push that up and through with your, you know, kind of underneath from there, and try to do this. There's a little tab right there to get your fingernail under, so you can do that. But yeah, just it's a little tricky the first few times just because you're trying to do stuff that's kind of a counterintuitive. And you fold that down, and you fold this whole assembly up like this, bring the arms down, and then take this part, move the elbow forward a little bit so this untabs right up here, and then rotate that around, close it up, and goes underneath the forearm. Do the same thing on this side. Close that up, and there you go. There's Warpath in his robot mode. And yeah, very nice little robot mode, honestly. Again, G1 kind of accuracy is kind of the name of the game here, and they pretty much got it. This is much more G1 accurate than the old Generations version. Whatever is better toy, that's kind of up to you, but it is very accurate to the cartoon. Again, so there's that. Oh yeah, Tamashii stage port right there. Keep forgetting about talking about those, but I'm pretty sure both Cheetor and Black Rhino have those as well. Yeah, it's a very nice looking figure, you know, very red though. You know, it's a very, very red figure, you know, mostly red with a little bit of white on the abdomen and on the backs of the arms and on the feet. And a little bit in there in his little bit on his face, which you can just barely see. Speaking of, see there? Yep, that's his face. Pretty, again, pretty G1 accurate. I believe those are black eyes. Yeah, he had black eyes. Which, yeah, they tried to do light piping with before and didn't really work. Yeah, there's really mostly, the detailing is pretty much just, well, tank stuff. And just little, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of paint detail because of the nature of it. I guess they blew a lot of the paint budget on these things. I believe there's actually white paint. This is white paint right here, so be careful with them. This part right here, this can be a shield of some sort. You can just attach it. There's multiple 5mm ports, so just attach it somewhere. You know, it's a shield. You can have it like that. I guess you can hold it, although I'm not sure what purpose that serves. It does have a blast effect port as well, so yeah, it's a shield. So whether or not you're okay with that, you know, him having a separating shield, you don't need to have this for the tank mode. It does help keep things all tabbed together. You don't absolutely 100% need it if you don't really want to have parts ordering, but it's probably a good idea to just go ahead and use it anyway, regardless of what you want. Yeah, so articulation though, his head is on a ball joint, so left and right, up and down, a lot of bit of waggle. He's actually got quite a bit of waggle there. It's a really nice ball joint. His shoulders can go all the way around there and outward that far. Because the upper limit, there is no more limit beyond there. He's got a bicep right there above the elbow. His elbows can bend just about 90 degrees. He has wrist swivels, so that's nice. Little wrist swivels if you need those. His hips, or not his hips, his waist can rotate a little bit. It's just, mine is a little stiff, but his waist does rotate. And this kind of bangs in the backpack a little bit, or the butt flap, I guess, but you can just lift that up and there you go, unhindered. So yeah, butt flaps. And just mine's just really tight. Got forward, can kick that far forward. Can move that far back. Again, this gets out of the way, and that gives you a little extra articulation. You got that much outward, which is nice. Thighs can swivel really nice. Knees just shy of 90 degrees, unfortunately. You know, not quite 90, but and the ankles, you actually got a bit actually quite a bit, but the thing is, if you go too far, it does what I just did, which is now things kind of have to squeeze by other things to get back into place. Yeah, right here particularly, this peg hole, I think, is one of the chief offenders of that. Yeah, just you gotta... There's a kind of a soft stop there, but if you go any further, you're going to have work to get back into place. So just an FYI on that. Yeah, that's the articulation. Oh yeah, here he is compared with Generations Warpath. You can see, yeah, there's a bit of a height difference there. Just a bit of one. It's the thing, Warpath is in that weird spot, like he was a mini pot, so he's supposed to be kind of short, so he's kind of in that weird thing like Cliff Jumper, you know, he's supposed to be short, but unlike Cliff Jumper, he doesn't have a whole lot of accessories, but he is actually not, the weight difference between these two is fairly minimal. This guy's a little heavier, but not so much heavier that it's like, oh, you know, Hasbro's ripping me off type, you know. And also, I will say, this is a much more fun transformation, clever transformation. This is kind of interesting, but, you know, it is kind of it's not, you know, nothing is really particularly special versus this guy's actually, what they did with the legs and stuff, I think is actually pretty clever. And even the shoulders to a degree, I think is clever. I mean, they have almost the same sort of thing up here with the head and the barrel and everything, the gun barrel, but yeah. I feel like this guy's just got a more clever transformation thanks to all the stuff they did with the legs versus this guy's pretty straightforward. So, there you go. Also, articulation. This guy does have more articulation because he doesn't have ankle tilts or wrist swivels or any of that. He has there's no waist, no wrist swivel, no tilts at the ankles except for that. And I believe this is even, yeah, this is just a swivel, not a ball joint. So this guy's got more posability. So yeah, it basically comes down to which Warpath do you think is better. Personally, I personally like this guy, but you may still like this guy. I don't mind. It's like I still like this guy, but I think I've come for this one. I don't know. Maybe it's just new. I don't know because it's new. I don't know. But there you go. I've been forgetting to do this with the other two because it's like Beast Wars, you know. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus / I guess Kingdom Optimus because yeah, they're repackaging this guy leader version. This guy was getting core version as well. So there you go. You can see height difference. A bit of height difference there. So there you go. And yeah, just also here are the other two so far I've reviewed in the wave. These two are actually not that much taller than him, but they're just a little bit taller. So there you go. Yeah, that's Warpath. I rather like him, and honestly, I think him and Black Arachnia are the two best of the wave, depending on where do you want to go, G1 or Beast Wars. I think those are the two you should choose between, unless of course you're getting the whole wave or whatever, or getting both, in which case cool. I'm still at this point just skip Cheetor. But yeah, this guy's great. If you're only gonna pick one deluxe, this is not a bad option. Although some may think he's a little small, or that the other generation's Warpath is better. Anyway, your choice. Just know that he is now about $23 instead of the usual, unfortunately, instead of the 20 that we were used to. So that's it. I hope you like this. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. And I hope you check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. And there's also the Coffee and Patreon to check out as well if you want to support the channel. And I shall see you next time with another video review.